Upgrades.
Hey, how you doing, Davon?
Hi, how are you, Samuel?
I'm doing good. I'm Samuel with JVS Media and Production. You were amazing in this film. Like every single scene, every small little thing that you did or didn't do. It's the quiet moments that really hit me with this. The thing about Mary for me, I felt like she was a very strong, but yet caring and loving soul. Like that's just inherent. Like to me, she kind of embodied like the ultimate maternal figure. The only
Yes.
thing is she lost her world. She lost her world.
Alright.
And so she still is kind of progressing and doing things. And she's meeting with these two men and trying to help them out. And then she kind of has a moment of joy for a second. And then at the Christmas party, it all came tumbling in, inward and outward. Can you break down the emotions and the motivations, talking with the director, how you guys want to unpack that scene? It's one of the most powerful scenes in the whole film, but you put out so much raw emotion, but at the same time, you understand every reason why she's doing what she's doing. So I just wanted you to kind of break that down if you can.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's like, it's the maternal figures in our lives. You know, we women, we're different. We could have the whole weight of the world on our back, and we will go to work with a smile on our face, and we will help that person. Oh, baby, and what do you need? Oh, okay. Let me take you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go off my back to her. And that's what I wanted to show, right? That in the midst of this, the depths of this woman's grief, that's why I think that scene is so powerful, because it's a reminder of, don't get it twisted. This is actually where this lady has been living the entire movie. But
Yeah.
she's been hopeless. But she's been
When you put that sound like I thought about the copy for the part.
You know what I'm saying? That she's, and that was something I loved about the movie. That this was a Black woman that was allowed to take up space. I mean, the whole school know about the you know what I mean, the boy passing. They have a little like funeral, memorial thing for him. She feels so uncomfortable, but she like, look, I don't need all that attention.
I mean, in the end, it's
Right.
Time
yeah,
allows her to be
I
able
don't know.
to have a deeper understanding of the place she truly was in. And that's what I love that the writer did. Mary never apologizes for how she feels. That's huge. For a woman at that time, in that environment, she never apologized for how she feels and who she is. And what I find is beautiful, um, those scenes where she and Paul are talking on the couch, something struck a chord with me. One of my favorite movies is Karina Karina. And it reminded me of how their relationship, right? Two unseemly people, two people that you would never think would come together in any way, romantic or not. And how through grief, because grief will knock you on your butt. And grief will, you think you are up here, it will quickly snatch you right back down. It's the grand equalizer. And through that, in both of these movies, that's how these two people are able to come together, right? So that was something I found very beautiful. In regards to that scene, I was so supported and cared for by my cast and by my crew. We did only two takes of that. We did one take where I really went there. I'm talking about on the floor. And, Alexander was like, whew, okay. They felt uncomfortable. I'm going to be really honest. They felt uncomfortable. They were uncomfortable. People don't know how much we hold in here, especially as Black people, right? And I thought about it. I was like, Davion, are we really about to let these people have it? And I said, you know what? Yes. Because everybody else do it. Yes. So we did it. And for a long time, I thought that was the best take. And now seeing it, which was take 2, I see that actually in the restraint, you see even more adequately the depth of her pain and her emotion. I think if y'all would have saw the other version, y'all would have got it. I think if some other people would have saw it, it would have been like, whoa, they would have cut off. It would have made them uncomfortable. It would have been too much. And so I'm thankful. I'm truly thankful that the director had the wisdom and discernment to know in that editing room, it's this take. Because I was adamant about it, and I was wrong. I was wrong. And I will 100% admit that. And it wasn't that difficult because we all deal with a lot of stuff. It is hard to be out here in this world in the day-to-day. It is very hard. It's a lot on our back. If anything, it was just having the courage to show it. But early on, about 2 weeks in, I realized that I was like, Devon, you really could have an opportunity to give back to people and help people, and allow people to see themselves in the humanity of this woman, no matter what color skin they are, right? And so that was what train I was on. And at that point, we had filmed that almost like we were almost a third done. We did that later. So I was already deep into her at that point. So I just saw that as like, this comes with the territory. You know what I mean? This is what we're going to have to do. So yeah, that was pretty much how that came about. But I'll say too, of doing all this sad stuff, I was a fool on set, joking, laughing, giggling, because I had to, right? You can't be sitting there listening to sad music and just crying in the corner all day long. A, who wants to be around that? Nobody. And B, you're giving away your performance to what? The wall in the hair and makeup trailer. So I was like, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to come from a place of joy and be silly and giggly so that then when the time comes, I have a reservoir left to now, you know what I'm saying? Pour into that moment. And then too, I listened to certain music. I come from theater. So for me, the putting on of the character in the hair and makeup trailer was a part of my process of like shifting into her, because you have to keep in mind, we were filming where we were staying. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't living on set, but we were staying within the neighborhood. It was desolate. It wasn't much stuff going on around there. So I needed to have a departure to get back to oneself. I couldn't stay in that space of grief. So when we were done, I'm calling family members, touching base. I'm cooking. I'm watching Martin after we wrap so I can laugh. You know what I mean? So I can laugh, and because that's too much. You know what I mean? And then when it's time to go to work, I'm listening to Mahalia and Etta James and Ella and Sarah Vaughan to get into that space. But yeah, that was basically how I navigated the heavier stuff.
Yeah, you gave one of the most naturally raw performances this year. So thank you so much, Devon.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Filing out the top of the I can see the skyline, 50 mile radius on my timeline. Ain't nothing on my mind. Oh Lord.